Whoa. Hi. As soon as I see my slide, I'm going to go. Thanks for coming. Well, since I'm up here and there's no slide, how about another thanks for the sponsors, because they are the only reason this happens. So, okay, thanks. So I'm here to do the first talk, What is Ignite? If you've been to an Ignite before, you know that the first talk is always what is Ignite? If you've been to an Ignite, you don't need this talk, but that's okay. I hope it's still interesting to you. At its most basic, it is a presentation about something someone is passionate about. It is 20 slides that automatically advance after 15 seconds, and if you do the math, that adds up to 5 minutes. 15 seconds can be a really long time sometimes. Other times it's not enough time at all. If you were here for Ignite Ben 2, this is kind of the meta, here I am again. You know that I'm an introvert. What you might not know about me is that I'm a librarian. I know there are a lot of us out there tonight. Yeah? So we have a special way that we answer questions. Yeah. So first, a little background information. Ignite started in 2006. It was, as far as I can tell from the story, a conversation in a bar between two guys named Brady Forrest and Bree Pettit. I don't know them. I wasn't there. But it's a catchy idea. It has spread all over the world. When I went to look at the website, I counted all the cities. There were 60 Ignites in different places, including Anchorage, Austin, Baltimore, Bangladesh, Corvallis, Fort Collins, Jakarta, Portland, Portugal. I know that's not a city. Santa Fe, San Jose, Tulsa, Toronto, and Waterloo. Wow, they're all over the place. I know, it's awesome, and it's because it's cool. But that's still not enough information. So one thing you need to know about librarians is when we get a question, a lot of times we assume that it's not the question that you actually want the answer to. Now, sometimes that's because the question that you really want the answer to is kind of embarrassing, but other times it's just because it's really hard to describe what it is that you don't know. So it's hard to, we have all kinds of names for this, like the anomalous states of knowledge and sense-making behavior. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about that stuff. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I assume that the question, what is Ignite, is not the real question here. The real question here is, why on earth would anybody do this? Now, you're all here to listen, so you must at least have an inkling. But what we do when we have a question we don't think there's going to be an answer in the literature, as we like to call it, is we do a survey. What you might not know about librarians is we really like surveys. It's kind of weird. I don't really know why. But I think between us and the marketers, we single-handedly keep SurveyMonkey and Zoomerang going. So I put out a survey, I put it on Twitter, I put it on Facebook, I had my friends spread it around. I know there's all these people out there doing Ignites, right? It's in 60 cities all over the world. But it turns out that librarians are the only ones that really like to answer surveys too, as far as I can tell, because I only got 8 people responding, and many of them are here in this room tonight, so thank you very much. But that's okay. Since I'm an academic, I didn't let that stop me. I did not call that a failure. Instead, I called it a pilot project. So further research is needed. That's okay. One thing you should know is that there's an unwritten rule that every Ignite presentation has a lolcat. Now, I didn't know that the last time, so to make up for that, I actually included 2 in my presentation. Another thing is, if you get an N of 8 in your survey, a really good way to look more impressive is to use percentages instead of numbers. So 63% of respondents to my survey said that the reason that they wanted to do an Ignite presentation is because they had a burning idea inside them. Now, I might have been leading them a little bit with that wording, but other popular responses included the glory that comes along with this, fame, and of course nausea, one of the more popular answers, believe it or not. Yeah, I experienced all this just today. So some other interesting information that I gathered is there's some kind of correlation between Ignite and bacon. Not super clear on what that is, and future research is needed, but 25% of my respondents mentioned bacon. If you're doing the math, that's 2, but still, that's a pretty big number when you're talking about 8, right? So one of the people that mentioned bacon is our own Greg Bolt, who's here tonight. You'll hear from him soon. And he mentioned that it's like having your mind scrambled and then served with a side of bacon in a good way. I don't want to know what it's like to have it done in a bad way, but I thought that that was a good quote and that I should share it all with you, and it's a good picture. A piece of advice from an Ignite speaker who's not from Bend, actually, so thanks to you if you're out there watching on the web, is don't drink more than 1 beer until after you're done speaking. I hope that's not too late for all of you. Sorry, I should have sent that out in the email. For the rest of you, go ahead, have fun. Twist is here, obviously, and there's beer, there's other drinks. One more thing I found from my survey is that there are a lot of people out there who are confused about what a simile or metaphor is, so I thought I'd just take this opportunity to kind of clear that up. I am a librarian, after all, so similes and metaphors compare things that are otherwise unalike. I actually had it mixed up in my head, too, but look it up if you're not sure, don't assume. Again, I want to mention the hashtag. I hope you're out there twittering, doing Flickr. Do people still blog? Yeah, I don't know. Facebook, YouTube, use IB3. We're like 2 weeks before Ignite Boise, so we get IB3 first. Remember, if you don't like what's going on stage, in 5 minutes it'll be over. And then remember to to cheer for everyone, to have fun, and to support our sponsors. Wow, I'm still got more time at the end. What else should I tell you? Have fun.